Okay then. Hello. Evening everyone. Evening everyone, get my words straight. Making the most of outside while the warmth has returned. Take your bolster behind you or whatever you're using, even if you're just lying flat on the ground, soles of the feet together, and tuck your bottom under towards your heels. Lay your spine down. Support your head with some extra padding if you need to. And then relax. Make any little shuffles so that there are no unnecessary creases or tight spots in your body, and see if you can feel an evenness the best you can in one side to the other. Not that we're symmetrical. Most of us are asymmetrical in some area of our body. But just to feel you're doing your best at laying your body as evenly as feels comfortable for you. Breathing slowly. As you breathe through your nose, start to fill the breath in beyond your normal range of breathing. So breathing in a little fuller and deeper, feel there's more stretch in your lungs, more openness in your chest. And then breathe your breath out emptier than your normal range of exhalation. So breathing in beyond your usual capacity, and breathing out beyond your usual emptiness. Start to push the boundaries of your breath. We're not looking for strain, we're just looking to gently increase the range. When the breath begins to slow down, it carries with it a more soothing nature that we want in the Yin practice. Start to feel you're making a switch from doing to being, from thinking and moving and being active, to slowing down, to finding space and quietude within. Feel that reflected in your breath as it slows down and it begins to fill and empty with a relaxed quality. Feel any tension beginning to dissolve away. Your efforts are minimal, but your attention is maximizing as you feel your awareness develop more and more in each moment with each breath. And then as you inhale, bring your knees in together. And exhale, come up to sitting. I'm going to try straightening the legs out. If you need to sit up on something in order to get your legs straighter, you can sit up on something. Or you could keep the knees slightly bent and put something behind the back of the knees. As you just first of all sit tall and just start to feel you're maybe getting right up on the sit bones, or even starting to roll onto the front edge of the sit bones a little bit. And then start to move gently forwards and just feel a little resistance and pause. As you pause at that gentle line of resistance, take a few breaths, going beyond the normal range as you inhale and exhale to fullness, to emptiness. The edge is the resistance we feel. It's almost like an invisible wall we rest against. And then the stillness as we rest against the edge of resistance. The stillness is then what becomes a gentle pulsation of the breath, which dissolves the edge to its next level. You might find in the first minute or so of being here, your edge is quite dynamic and moves moment by moment, breath by breath, a bit deeper. And then you might find into the second and third minute, there's maybe less movement and you're hitting more of a firmer edge. There's less development. Really getting then to your longer range, pausing there. Closing your eyes. Turning your attention inwards. I love the description of seeing yourself inwardly, like you're watching your inner landscape change, like the landscape around us through the seasons. And then we're just watching that changing landscape within. As we breathe and as we gently go in deeper. Feel how it changes from the inhale into the exhale. See how the thoughts, like clouds, start to clear away. Well, there's a longer gap between each thought, each cloud. On an inhale, make your way up. You will turn the bolster the other way if you're using a cushion. You can use your cushion instead. I'd like you just to lie down onto your back with the bolster underneath the back of your hips. So I'm going to sit behind it and get myself in from that direction, which is easier. Lifting your hips up. You can use a cushion or a block instead, whatever works best for you. And then when you lay down, try straightening your legs out. If you struggle to do both legs, then just do one leg, and I'll tell you when you're halfway, and then you can switch to the other leg. Increase this a little more by taking your arms overhead. Both legs straight, both arms behind is the fullest expression. You can always change the height of whatever you're using underneath if you need a little bit more openness. And relax. You can Try and feel like you've just been draped across whatever it is that's propping you up here. There'll be a softness, a silkiness to the draping. Close your eyes. As you take that slightly fuller breath in, feel it rising now in your abdomen. When you let that emptying breath go, feel your abdomen falling to a new depth. Feel your internal organs dropping away from the front surface of your body, dropping toward the back surface of your body. Feeling the gravitational draw on you, outside and inside. Let your breath explore the range that the breath has within you, as well as your body exploring the range it has to soften and lengthen into. And then we bend the legs in so the feet are flat on the floor. Push out your bolster and lower your bottom to the ground. Pause a moment. Have your legs bent, so your bottom and your lower back can settle for a moment. Make your way up. Then you can use the bolster if you need to. If you don't need it, then don't use it. Straighten your right leg out. Bend the sole of the left foot to the inside of your right leg. And then again, moving to the front edge of your sit bones as you bend forwards again. This time bending over the right leg. Try and bring the left ribs toward the right thigh. If you need anything to support your head, you can bring a block in and rest your forehead on the block. Same thing as always, use props where you need them if they're going to benefit you to soften and relax more. Once you go down and you meet your edge, let it be a workable quality, so it's something you can tolerate. Something that gives you a little buffer either side. If we go beyond the edge, we've got nowhere else to go. And probably if you go beyond your edge, that's it. You're stuck there, and you might find that your toleration of it isn't particularly, it doesn't have much duration to it. So we want to find we're in that middle ground where we've still got some space to move into. keep feeling just a gentle, and maybe even you could describe it as a joyful discomfort. Inhale as you make your way back up. And straighten your left leg out and just sit up for a moment. Your eyes closed still and watching that inner landscape as a feeling and a sensation and an awareness. Deep level of awareness within the sensation, within your body. Totally become the tissue of your body. We bend the right leg in, sole of the foot to the inside of the leg. Looking it forwards toward the left leg, and again you just go down, add the props in as and when you need them. They can always go out as you decide to go deeper. As you go toward the left leg, think of your right ribs moving slightly over towards your left leg so that we don't fall into the open gap. Keep aiming your torso across the leg. Particularly in forward bends, it's nice to feel your breath and use it in wave forms. So the inhale creates a wave from the pelvis, up your spine, towards your head. And the exhale is the wave kind of crashing down toward the left. Inhaling is the gathering up of that wave, the lengthening out. And exhale is the softening down. So soft, so supple. Maybe from the outside there's nothing to see, but inside you just feel your breath in those small waveforms. Use your breath to support you and as an advantage to the practice. Really luxuriating in the deeper inhales, the emptier exhales. It takes you deeper into a stillness. Final minute. Pick up any tension where it's not needed. And really, because of the effortlessness that we're trying to practice here in Yin Yoga, practicing the non-effort, to get into a yoga pose without having to use our muscles to hold us there, pull. So there's a non-effort about this. If you notice tension developing, then maybe you're putting some effort in where it's not needed. Let's see if we can dissolve the tension, dissolve your effort, and let gravity help you. On your next inhale, make your way up. And straighten your right leg out and pause for a moment there. Basking in the glorious inner feeling, the flow of energy running through you. Savouring that for a moment. Okay, and anyone who can kneel comfortably, come to a kneeling position. If you can't kneel comfortably, you're going to stay on your bottom and bring the soles of your feet together. If you're doing the soles of the feet together in butterfly, then you don't need anything behind you. You're just going to lay down onto your back like that with the soles of the feet together and let your inner thighs and hips open like that. Otherwise, for kneeling, you might want to take your bolster behind. Equally, you could do it lying flat on the floor, and that can give you something to lay back onto to support your back if you need it. You can angle that up with a few blocks if you need some extra height. Sitting in between your heels, ideally, bottom nestle down onto the floor, tuck your bottom under toward the back of your knees, soften your belly, and then make your way down onto your bolster or onto the floor. Take your time, make sure not to strain. Make sure it's right for you because we stay for about 3 minutes. So you want to make sure that it's a nourishing 3 minutes and not one you're desperately trying to jump out of, where your muscles are tightening up in resistance. Ideally, you get there, you find your comfort range, where there is, just as I mentioned earlier, that challenging edge, a joyful discomfort. And then let your breath help you to relax. Find your breath in the stillness. Like an oasis in the desert. This life force, nourishing every cell. In a more intense version of this, the arms come over behind. You can open your chest by taking your arms out wide, or you can have your arms relaxed more down toward the legs for a lighter upper body option. You want to feel there's that joyful discomfort in the edge. You feel just something opening up. Enough to stay here another 2 minutes. Okay, so for the people who are reclining with their legs bent, in the kneeling position, bring your arms down first and use your elbows to help. As you push your elbows into the floor, they're going to help you come up, pressing through your arms to make your way up. And you might just come onto your hands and knees for a moment, or maybe just making tiny little movements through your spine just to release your back. Little wiggle of your hips, perhaps. Making movements small and slow. Those people who are on the back, bring your knees in together, or if you're in butterfly, bring your knees in together. And if we can all make our way now with the bolster underneath the back of your knees. Pop your feet onto the bolster right up to your bottom initially, just so your lower back settles into the floor. Tucking your tailbone toward the bolster so your lower back's nice and long. And then when you're ready, laying your legs across the bolster, Shavasana. Throw a blanket over yourself if you need it. It adds warmth. It adds to that gravitational force drawing down into the earth. And it helps to just give us this more stabilizing feeling as we rest in Shavasana. Your eyes closed. Feel yourself as an energetic being. Notice the energy flow through you. Flowing through the organs of your body. Optimizing health. Flowing with your breath. Optimizing the quality of mind and present awareness. Connecting with the all that surrounds you, below, above, and everywhere else. Quality of space. The quality of yoga and union. Savor this. Absorb this and completely relax. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Give your bottom a little wiggle. Feet up onto the bolster again, just pushing that away a little. Turning to your side. Gather your knees in towards your chest. Maybe support your head with your arm. Looking tall. Keeping your eyes closed if you can as you push your way up. Sitting and bring the palms together. Remind yourself of the full range you have within your breath, breathing in beyond your everyday breath. Your whole body is the lung. Breathing out to a newfound emptiness, where there's a pause in comfort at the end of that breath. Do that a couple more times and link the space between inhale and exhale, the space between exhale and inhale. Link it together by a fine thread. You're still following the flow of your breath. And then bowing your head towards your heart. Thank you very much, everyone, and namaste. So have a lovely evening. If you're watching it on record, have a lovely, whatever part of the